Welcome to Bloomington Today. I'm Kaylin Cockerill. Thanks for joining us. Last week on Bloomington Today, we brought you the exciting news that Richfield's South Education Center Alternative, or SECA's, healthy school lunch recipe porcupine sliders had won first place in the national contest. Today, we'll talk with a Bloomington public health nurse and a student involved in the journey and get their reactions on the thrilling outcome. The journey started nearly a year ago when, thanks to a statewide health improvement program grant, Bloomington public health nurses, along with staff and a small group of students from SECA, entered First Lady Michelle Obama's Recipes for Healthy Kids contest. It was then the group came up with a healthy school lunch alternative called porcupine sliders. It's a mini burger made with brown turkey, brown rice, and assorted veggies. Public health nurse Mary Lair said more than just the recipe set their group apart from the competition.
Just the hard work and the determination of the students. They not only learned the cooking and developing a recipe, but advertising, marketing, working together as a group, all of those life skill kind of things too.
The group spent hours in the kitchen practicing relentlessly. They were up against hundreds of other entries, but with hard work and lots of support, they made it into the top 15 national finalists. After the on-site judging and taste testing, the students waited nervously for weeks, finally learning in June that they had made it into the top 3 finalists in the nation. This is how student chef Dolores Popescu found out her team was advancing to the finals.
I found out over Facebook, so it was weird because I just go onto my Facebook page and someone was like, "Congratulations, Dolores," and I was like, "For what?" And they're like, "You didn't hear? Here's a news release." And then they show me and I'm like, "Oh my God." I start calling everyone I know. I'm like, "I'm going to Texas." It was pretty exciting. And then we had to get back to practicing and meeting as a team for prepping for Dallas.
The kids traveled to Dallas, Texas in July to demonstrate their skills at the American Culinary Federation annual meeting. Let's take a look at the group's reaction when they were named the winners.
Let me announce the winner. Now, I've already said, you're all winners. You all did a tremendous job. It was very challenging, but someone in the end had to be the grand prize winner. And so I am honored this evening to present the certificate of award to the intermediate district.
Okay, hold right there. This group.
The judges at the finals were tough, and porcupine sliders did not get flawless critiques. However, despite that, bringing home first place after months of hard work was an amazing feeling for both students and staff alike.
As soon as I heard intermediate, I just started screaming in my head. I'm like, "Oh my God, all that hard work paid off." I just started screaming. I was just so excited and my eyes started watering. I was just screaming like a crazy lady.
I was literally in shock. Again, like Dolores said, they had a critique, and looking back on it, I understand what they were doing. They were criticizing the bun, which we had nothing to do with making. It was, and they didn't really say anything bad about our actual burger, which is what the recipe was for. But, in our minds, you just hear what they're, critiquing, and, we didn't have a real positive feeling. I think it was a lot more intense, the competition. And so when she announced it, I was just you know, a little bit in shock, and then it was just so exciting and just so thrilling. It was just a wonderful moment.
School Public Relations Liaison Linda Reese says that Intermediate District 287 has been using programs like the Initial Ship Garden and this cooking challenge to help deter dropout rates. The idea is that getting kids involved with school, no matter what the activity may be, will keep them in school and ultimately help them graduate. And one other fun fact, Dolores, the student who you saw during this interview, has enjoyed the Cooking for Healthy Kids journey so much that she's decided to attend culinary school in the fall now that she's graduated. Congrats again, team. Well, one Bloomington golf course will soon be undergoing some major improvements. Golf course manager Rick Siddick was at a recent city council meeting to elaborate on previously proposed changes to Hyland Greens Golf Course. Here's the current practice range at Hyland Greens. It's situated on the east side of the course along Normandale Boulevard. There are 12 hitting stations on artificial turf and nets to protect the street from rogue balls. The new vision will move the practice range to the middle of the course, expanding the driving range to include 36 hitting stations. This will then eliminate the inside 9 course, and additional tee boxes will be installed on the outside 9 to keep the course's rate of play running smooth and fast-paced.
Some of these small courses just aren't working. They're having a hard time holding it together in that arena. There is a group of people that it works fine for, but it's not a big enough universe in order to support it.
Our niche at Hyland, especially on the inside 9, is definitely older population and the quite young. But by adding the extra tees, they will fit on the outside 9 very, very well.
Siddick pointed out that while many may miss the inside 9 course, historically, it's been vastly outperformed by the outside 9 when it comes to revenue generated. The idea is that the revenue lost from the elimination of the inside 9 will be supplemented by the new expanded real grass practice station.
Players do not like hitting off those mats. They're not very good for you. I mean, as far as they're hard, I've had guys break golf clubs on them. The word that I'm receiving from the people around the facility where I am now is that they can't wait to have a new practice facility. So they don't have to go to Braemar, so they don't have to go to Chaska. I think we'll even capture some of those people that are hitting balls at Braemar.
And at the July 25th City Council meeting, the driving range's future was sealed after the council unanimously voted to expand the practice station and eliminate the inside 9.
There's a motion before us. It's been seconded that says we go ahead with the improvements to put the practice facility in and removal of the inside 9. That said then, it's before us. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion does carry 7-0.
Residents can expect to start seeing changes to Hyland Greens around Labor Day. And Mayor Winstead is one person in particular who is excited to see this vision become a reality.
And having a facility in the community, one that is set up well as a practice facility, as not just a driving range, but a real golf practice facility where you can replicate all types of things and shots, that's a great thing to have. That in and of itself is a gem. We don't have that. And so when you talk about a constituency for golf and all these kinds of things, I think that it can be a gem in a new shape.
The discussion will remain open on what to do with the existing range once it is relocated. If you missed the decision about the Hyland Greens driving range or any other agenda item, the City of Bloomington records and broadcasts all City Council meetings. There are 2 ways to watch those. You can log on to the city's website and keyword search webcast, or else you can see those right here on the Bloomington Channel 14. Now it's time for part 1 of a 3-part series, new to Bloomington Today, which will take an in-depth look into the inspection process conducted by Bloomington environmental health specialists. When it comes to the hotel industry, city staff inspect 3 areas: rooms, the pool, and the kitchen. Today we'll take a look at a routine pool inspection at Bloomington's Embassy Suites Hotel. It's safe to say that hotel swimming pools get their fair share of use. And when people visit Bloomington hotels, Environmental health specialist Monica Loy says it's her responsibility to make sure they have safe swimming and hot tubbing conditions. Loy says the most important thing inspectors look for is this.
When we inspect our indoor and outdoor pools, the main thing that we're looking for, one of the main things, is to make sure that the chemical balance in the pool is adequate, and to make sure that there's enough chlorine or whatever disinfectant they're using, make sure that that's in an appropriate level to kill off any bacteria that might be in the pool. So we do several chemical tests to make sure that the water's in balance.
Loy says checking for required warning signs and pool depth markings is also important. However, it's critical to check the drain covers. Small children seem to be drawn to those, and if loose, drowning or serious bodily harm can occur.
All pool operators are required to do now is we test to make sure that the main drain is secure. So we give it a little nudge, try to see if there is any rusting of the bolts, anything like that.
And for those foregoing the pool and heading in for a relaxing soak in the hot tub, here's what is monitored to keep you safe.
Basically all the same things that we look for in the pool. We require the chemicals be held just a little bit higher because hot tubs usually take a lot more abuse as far as it's a smaller body of water, so it can't keep up with the bacteria that people's bodies might leave. So the chemicals are a little higher. The other main thing is that we make sure that the water temperature doesn't exceed 104 degrees. And this looks like it's about 103.
Keep in mind this was just part one of the three-part series on hotel inspections. In the coming weeks, we'll take a look at the inspection process of hotel rooms and the kitchen. Well, the 169 I-494 reconstruction project is back up and running, and as we go towards fall, we'll also head towards the installation of 6 roundabouts on the new frontage ring road system. 3 roundabouts will be located directly south of I-494 and the other 3 directly north of 494. In an effort to educate drivers about the proper way to use roundabouts, MnDOT will be holding public information events in surrounding communities directly affected by the interchange reconstruction. On Saturday, August 6th, join MnDOT project representatives at the Bloomington Farmers Market in the east parking lot of Civic Plaza. Representatives will be on site to answer questions and concerns about the 169 I-494 project, focusing on roundabouts. The farmers market runs from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Saturday, and representatives will be on site from 10 a.m. to noon. There'll be more opportunities to learn about roundabouts. We'll keep you updated right here on Bloomington Today about any future public information events for the 169 I-494 interchange project. And in related construction news, effective August 1st, 2 areas around the 169 I-494 construction will be temporarily closed. West 78th Street north of I-494 will close between Braemar Boulevard and the Abbott Northwestern Clinic. West 78th Street or Town Line Avenue south of I-494 will also be closed to the west of Ensign Road as well. These closures are expected to be in place until approximately October while the roundabouts are being constructed. To stay informed with project updates and information, log on to the city's website, keyword search 169-494. There you'll find toll-free information lines, project emails, and regularly updated information regarding the progress of the reconstruction. It's now time for a short break. When we come back, we're joined by President and CEO of the Bloomington Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bonnie Carlson. Stay right here.
Multiple sclerosis stops people from moving. We exist to make sure it doesn't. The National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Join the movement at nationalmssociety.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we are delighted to have guest Bonnie Carlson with us today. Bonnie is the president and CEO of the Bloomington Convention and Visitors Bureau, or BCVB. Welcome, Bonnie.
Thank you. Good to be here.
We're glad to have you here today. Well, if you've ever attended an event in Bloomington, odds are that Bonnie has had something to do with it. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about what the Convention Bureau does?
Sure. We are known as the official marketing arm for the city of Bloomington and all that Bloomington has to offer. But in addition, you know, we kind of base it, we'd love them to stay in Bloomington because we have all the hotels. We actually have more hotels than downtown Minneapolis or St. Paul. I'm not sure you knew that. And of course, they're concentrated on the 494 strip predominantly. But anyway, our job is to attract visitors, groups, meetings, conventions, to try to fill our hotels. And we believe it's the best place to stay when you're visiting the Twin Cities because it's such easy access. Absolutely. So that's our primary mission in a nutshell.
Absolutely. Well, you've been with the Convention Bureau for a number of years. Let's discuss some of your favorite events that you've kind of seen come and go over the past couple of years.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time. I've been very fortunate to have and find something that I love and to work and promote this great city. And over the years, we've had a number of great conventions and special groups. We've worked on things like the Super Bowl. We had that quite a few years ago, but it was still memorable, no less. Recently, a few years ago, we had the Republican National Convention, and whether or not you're Democrat or Republican, it's fabulous to work on such a great event. It was actually quite good for Bloomington. We had 18 different states that stayed with us during that time. So it was economically very, very good for all of our hotels. We've also, because of the amount of convention rooms that we have, we quite often partner with downtown Minneapolis because, again, we have the room blocks and they have the convention center. So we do the Final Four, Lions International, so pretty much anywhere we can participate. But in addition, our hotels do a lot of bookings on their own of small to medium-sized conventions and groups. So it's pretty successful. I think that over the last 25 years, actually, certainly a highlight was the Mall of America opening. We were there when the groundbreaking started, and so we were very proud. It's a big attraction for everyone. And I think personally, right here in Bloomington, we do the Convention Bureau. We created an event called the Bloomington Diamond Service Awards. And that is something we're extremely proud of. 15 years, and what it does is it honors the frontline service personnel in a hotel. So for instance, your bellman and housekeeping and transportation front desk. So really where the people make a difference.
People directly impacting
Correct.
your stay.
They are the ones that provide the service, therefore keeps our customers coming back. So it's a very big program. It happens every March, and it's the only one of its kind in the country. So I think that's all of our, it's a lot of work, but that's our favorite, I think, I would say. So it's great.
Unique.
Yeah.
What has the feedback been on the Diamond Service Awards? I saw this year's. I was fortunate enough to see it.
Oh, did you? Good.
It looked like so much fun. I mean, you're not only being awarded, but it looks like everyone has just had so much fun participating.
Right. Well, I think that the impact has been huge. The goal of the event was to honor the people that provide service, but to also get them to think about the destination as a whole. When you visit a destination, you don't only stay in the hotel. You want to know what there is to see, do, all around the country. And these people, we want to get them enthusiastic about their job and really how important it is. It's the #1 industry in Bloomington, so I think we've achieved that. There's very few hotels you'll go into and they won't know about it. There is none. They'll all know about it, and they have pins and so forth. So hopefully we've extended that hospitality.
Absolutely.
And so it's great, yeah.
Very neat. Well, the ultimate goal of the Bureau is to bring people into the city of Bloomington. Tell us some exciting ways that the Bureau is doing that.
Okay, well, We are a full-fledged marketing organization, sales and marketing, but I think that the big thing that we use the most, not unlike other people, is technology. It certainly has given us access to a broader market in a very quick sense. It's a great distribution, fast, and pretty immediate. So we do a lot of our marketing through programs that we do to customers, potential customers, and repeat customers, so that's definitely there. We still do some advertising, have a big partnership with the Mall of America.
Okay.
And because they like visitors too, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Not only us shopping, but they love all the visitors, so we do that. And we also have a full sales force who work the country. We do the United States, and we even have international business. We do a lot of international business here in the metro area, and particularly in Bloomington.
Okay.
So it works really well. We deal in a number of market segments. The sporting market is really a great one for Bloomington, whether there are the hockey tournaments in March, basketball, baseball. So we work that quite heavily.
What are some of the most popular ways that the attractions that are bringing people into Bloomington? I know that we have something, a visitor's pass. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, that is really also not only for visitors. So for listeners, here's a good thing to think about even as a gift. We started a pass that gets you into a lot of attractions for almost 30% discount, and it's called the Big Ticket. And the Big Ticket can be purchased at our website, which I'll give you before we leave. But essentially, it gives you, it's about over $160 value. And you can buy it and use it within 3 days. And you'll see such places, all the attractions at the mall, the Science Museum, the zoo. And they also make great gifts because you can purchase them. And they're good for as long as you have them until you activate them. And then you have a certain amount of time to use them over. So it's kind of spend your vacation at home. So the best place we believe to do that is staying in Bloomington because we're so accessible to all the attractions in the metro area.
We really are.
We really are. And I would also tell the visitors, if you've got that cabin fever, and we're going to be going into winter, and if you can't afford a vacation from home, it's a great way. Stay in the hotels, offer great rates, and you can be a tourist in your own town. So it's great. A lot of people do it. So.
Absolutely. Well, switching gears a little bit, Bonnie's hard work and dedication to the BCVB hasn't gone unnoticed. She recently was honored with an award. I want you to tell us a bit about the award that you received.
Well, it was a really, really big honor. The Business Journal, Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal, each year selects 25 women business leaders, and I was fortunate enough to be selected. It was very humbling. There's a lot of very smart people and wonderful, accomplished people, so I was very, very humbled to be recognized for our work. And so it was great. It was a big honor, and they presented us with a lovely award at a big lunch downtown, and it was also written up in the press, so it was pretty special.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're clearly very passionate. You have a drive for marketing and, exposing Bloomington, Minnesota. Yeah. Where does that drive come from?
Well, I think you get lucky sometimes, and you get matched with a career that fits you. And what's better than being hospitable and in that business? So I think that found. Certainly I found that. I've had a fabulous team that's worked with me that are just some of the greatest professionals. And I've got a great city. This product that the city has to offer is pretty amazing. I have to travel a lot in my job, and it's pretty good right here at home. So I think that passion just, I have enough, as much today as I did when I started, so it's pretty fun.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, how can people looking for more information on the Bloomington Conventions and Visitors Bureau, where can they find that?
I would direct them right to the website. It's www.bloomingtonmd.org. bloomingtonmn.org. bloomingtonmn.org. They will find everything they need there. Anything about hotels, events. There's a big calendar of events. So it not only includes Bloomington, but the metro area. And of course, the big ticket, our attraction pass is what we call it. It's a fabulous deal. And again, makes great Christmas gifts too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on being named the 2011 Woman in Business Industry Leader.
Thank you very much.
It's now time for a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Dozens of Bloomington residents took to the streets after pumping up tires and digging out their helmets for an annual event showcasing the beautiful city of Bloomington. They also got some exercise while they were at it. On Thursday, July 28th, Mayor Jean Winstead led residents on a 7-mile bike ride, highlighting recently improved bikeways around the city. Riders gathered at Cedar Valley Church. Once the ride was underway, they spent the majority of the ride on new bike lanes on the reconfigured 86th Street. And in true tour guide fashion, Mayor Winstead pointed out new features along the way. This activity was sponsored by Active Living Hennepin County in conjunction with the Bloomington, Edina, and Richfield Statewide Health Improvement Program, or SHIP. If you're curious about other SHIP programs offered in and around Bloomington, log on to the city's website and keyword search SHIP. If you've been in a store lately, odds are you've noticed that school supplies are back out, and soon kids will be gearing up to head back into the classroom. In an effort to brainstorm potential resources for the new school year, residents are invited to the Connecting to the Community Information Night. On Monday, August 8th, from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at Creekside Community Center, Bloomington Human Services is teaming up with several community organizations to share information on their programs for school supplies, food resources, early learning, as well as dental and mental health services. The idea is that well-prepared, healthy children will ultimately learn more efficiently. If you'd like more information, contact the Bloomington Human Services Division at 952-563-8733. Well, that's all the time we have for today. To get more information on city projects, parks, road construction, and events, visit the city's website. To check out past Bloomington Today shows or other city productions, visit Bloomington's YouTube channel, accessible right from the city's homepage. That and so much more is online right now at www.ci.bloomington.mn.us. If Facebook or Twitter isn't your thing, sign up for eSubscribe to have updates sent right to your email or cell phone. This is Bloomington Today, a presentation of the City of Bloomington's Communications Division. I'm Kaylin Cockerill. Thanks so much for being here.